Hey, what's up traders? This is DFX Hunter. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. So let's start with the dollar as usually. I basically think we will continue down, right? So what happened last week, if we look at it, we can see that actually price dropped down after the open, then it was basing on the Tuesday, then after the FOMC, the price has moved higher as I predicted. So then actually price dropped lower. Did some consolidation and now is going lower, right? For this level right now and even lower, where is my target is in here, right? So this is actually the low below the 50% of that big swing, and that's my potential target. Not sure if we will get there with this week, but if we look to the data, to the news, there is actually not any strong news on the dollar, nothing which would really change the direction right now. So I think that the dollar will continue in this sell-off as well. If we look to COT data, there is not big growth in the dollar, right? Again, another thing is that actually on the Tuesday, where we can see in here, so price dropped and we can see that actually there is not shorts coming, right? Because the report was here on the Tuesday, right? So we don't see any big shorts added, any longs closed, right? But right now, as I think that the trend change is more obvious, I think that a big change in the position probably happen in here on the Wednesday, which we actually don't see in the report right now. Yeah, so I'm definitely bearish on the dollar, and as said, I'm thinking that it will continue going down. And as said, targets are potential. These 1.102, right, 103. This is, I think, where we will go, right? So, and the euro, basically opposite of the dollar. In my opinion, the euro will go up as well, right? So where is our potential next target? Obviously previous week's high, right? Let's go to the higher time frame. Let's check daily, and what we can see in here is where would be our potential levels, right? So if we get out this previous week's high, then our next target could be 1.1, right? 1.10. And this candle, where was this high volume, would be a little bit a resistance. And I think that there could be a time for some pullback after this, right? Not looking for it right now, but still having it in my mind that that move was quite sharp. And yeah, let's look to the COT data. Longs are not being added, right, too much aggressively, but what we can see is big taking profits from the shorts, right? So we can see from 130 to 112, right? This week, again, we can see the change 19k positive, and look how it happens, right? This is as well very important. That's why I'm highlighting it in every weekly forecast. So here is a Monday, here is a Tuesday, and on the Tuesday in the New York session there is a report of the positions, right? So we can see that there is already 19k positions added, right? But what is not in this report is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? That's what we can see in here. What most likely happened in here when they already had such a positions in here, right? These longs, these which been added in here, they probably did not close them here. They added more, right? So where they would like to close it higher, right? So that's how I'm thinking about the markets, and that's why I think we will continue. We will continue to this week's high, right? So I have my level in here. This box. Why this one? Because if we look to this consolidation from where price broke up, right, I would like to find the strongest volume candle, right? Where was the highest volume traded, which is this one, is this middle green one, right? So this is my level where I think the orders were added in this consolidations the most, right? And that would be my supportive level, right? So that's my plan for the euro. Definitely bullish Okay, next one is a pound. It as well reached my target on the daily. So let's go to the daily and let's see where we are here, right? So here was a target. Again, I was targeting a first significant liquidity level above a 50%. So where we can go right now as well, same. As I think the dollar will continue, my next target will be this previous week's high, right? Here is this high volume candle, which was traded before this break. I think it could be a little bit a resistance, so I would be cautious with entering long here with huge targets, right? Be cautious that we are getting into the strong resistance, right? So there most likely could come some pullback, right? If you look at it this way, back to the 1 hour, what I see in here is this beautiful gap, right? This fair value gap. Quite significant volume in here, breaking these, right? So in my opinion, we could get some potential entry in here, right? So some pullback and entry, and I would not be targeting higher than these previous days highs and this one, right? So it's still quite nice potential for the 50 pips. Beautiful. Now something contradicting. If we look to the COT data, right, might someone will say, oh, COT data looks bearish, it doesn't work. Well, look at it this way. The pound is right now moving up based on the closing of the short positions, right? Now as well, look at this thing. We can see that on the, I will move it here. We can see that on the Tuesday, where is the report? Somewhere around here, right? There was reported actually, we can see that the shorts were added, right? Then this report is released on Friday in here, right? So if you are not smart enough, what you would be thinking, oh, they're shorting, you know, they are shorting, it's not bullish. But look, this is what was reported in here. What you think happened in here, right? When it went below the weekly open, when it took out two liquidity zones, right? A high volume in here, and then breaking sharply up again, right? They basically want you to keep you misunderstood what's happening in here, right? So some people who trying to read COT data, they would be thinking it's bearish, but it's actually not, right? So that's for the pound. I'm bullish. Next one is Aussie. Same thing happening in here, right? Here is my target, 50% of that high swing, right? So it has a quite nice room in here, leaving these equal highs in here as well. It's a what? It's a double top, right, for the retail traders. So what they do, they will see it maybe break in here, and you know they want short, and they will put stop losses in here. That would be again the fuel for adding more power by the market maker side. Aussie, I think, has the same kind of COT data as pound. We can see same thing, right? But here it's a little bit more clear. So it looks bearish, right? They have 100k. They have 100k shorts against 32k longs, right? So normally you would think it's bearish, but you need to put it into the context, right? So what we can see here is a 137k long shorts here, and as we go up, it's being reduced, right? While the short longs are reduced partially as well, right? So overall, if you look to the net positions, we've been minus 96k, and right now we are minus 70. So even though this looks bearish, the net positions are actually growing, right? So in my opinion, bullish. I like this consolidation. We had this dip below 2 days lows, right? With high volume on the bottom, you can see this beautiful pin bar in here, right? With the highest volume. So that's where they've been buying below this quarter level. That's where the banks opening their positions, right? So then we going higher again. Beautiful breakout volume in here, right? Gives me confidence around this level, right? So I think the trade like this would be quite nice, right? Next one is NZD, very similar chart as Aussie. Let's move it a little bit lower like this, right? Here is a long-term target, so still room for going higher. Same thing happening here, right? Monday, Tuesday, FOMC price dropped lower, right? Taking out two liquidity zones, right? High volume here on the bottom. Then, you know, this is what we like to see, right? Again, in here, I would highlight this zone would be supportive for me. And I would like to be entering long in here, right? Okay, so this is USD CAD. My long-term target is a bit lower in here, so I think we will continue lower. I do not think we will get any big pullback in here, right? So I got this 4-hour FVG. So in here, I would like to be taking a short, right? It's quite simple. If we look COT data again in this one, not clearly seen the shorts yet, but again, the Tuesday report was down here. Wednesday, they take it higher above a liquidity zone, right? And then price dropping sharply down, right? So in my opinion, this market reversal is not shown in the COT data yet because we don't have the data for this move, which I think that the most important thing happens here, right? So yeah, bearish pullbacks down here would be my short setups, right? On the gold, I'm quite bullish, right? We can see in the COT data, huge shorts were closed, right? Longs are coming, right? Last week, we can see drop, right, in the longs in here, but shorts were not added too much. Let me check in the chart how we can see this drop in the shorts, right? So so we can see actually the drop in the longs, right? Why that happened? Because look, again, here is a Tuesday. Here is a report of the COT data, right? It's the data from a previous Tuesday where the price was much lower, right? And the report is the second part of the day during the US session, right? So what probably happened in here? Probably they simply closed some longs, right? That's why we see the drop in these longs, right? Then again, Wednesday, we see drop below these levels, and most likely the longs were added again, right? And some more shorts probably closed. And in my opinion, this would be a perfect target for the next week, right? Right, we had the consolidation, price dropped below the Asia session, then we had another Asia session, right? Quite high volume in here, again high volume in here, right? Price broke up, retested, and price is going higher with this high volume, right? Then you have pullback into this FVG with the high volume. So maybe there is no reason for the pullback right now. Yeah, so it can simply continue to these levels. When you have a week when the price is opening very close to few liquidity zones, which are like a magnet, mostly happens that price simply opens and it goes straight up into there, right? If it is happening and you really don't know how to trade the lower time frame, how to join the trend, I would suggest to skip it and then look for some short on the pullbacks, right? So, okay, that would be everything from me, my guys. And I wish you happy trading next week. Bye-bye.